Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's edition of 24 Weeks of Christmas. This is a collaboration that I am doing with Angie from AB Designs and When He Can, Gareth from Created Home with G. So what do I have for you today? Well, I looked around the house and I wanted to use things, of course, I had in my stash because I couldn't go out and buy stuff. So, I have some fun fur. I have a little bit of polyfill. I have some snowflake ribbon. I have some blue ribbon. I have some canned chicken, a can. And I have some little miniatures that I had in my stash. A little Christmas tree. And some snowflake paper. So what in the world am I going to do with all this? Well, let's get started and I'll show you. Now, I have made a prototype. It's not going to be the same because I had different materials. And I'll show you that in just a few minutes. Now, this can is about 2 inches wide. Perfect length here. And this ribbon is perfect for the can. And it's going to go around it like this. Now, I would have painted my can if I had gesso or spray paint. I don't have any spray paint and I'm out of gesso, so I decided not to paint the can. But it's going to be okay. It's not going to show. So what we're going to do is I don't think I need this now. We're going to take my paper here and cut some circles. So all I'm going to do is draw some circles here of the can. And we're going to cut these out. Okay. And so I am just going to fussy cut these out. We're just going to cut these. And we have our 2 circles. And that's all we're going to need of that paper. And one of these is going to go inside the other one. Now the one that goes on the inside, I actually cut inside the line that I drew. And the one that goes on the outside is going to be a little bit smaller. So that is just going to go in there like that. Let me pull it out for right now though, because I want to glue it. So this is just a matter of taking what I had on hand to do. Okay, so I'm just going to take my glue gun now and put a little bit of glue on the bottom of this. Just to hold the paper in. It actually would fit pretty well in there, pretty snug, but I just want to make sure it doesn't come out. Okay. And on my prototype, I actually didn't even use hot glue. I used my Fabri-Tac, and it worked really well. But I thought I would go ahead and use glue this time. Okay, on the inside of the can, I am going to measure 2 inches. And then I'm going to measure 2 inches again because I need a little piece. This is not quite big enough to go all the way around. So we're going to measure 3.5 inches. To go in the little spot. And because this is paper, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac to put this in. And I don't want the sides to stick out any, so I think hot glue might do that. Gonna glue this little piece in first. And then we'll glue the other piece in. And we're just going to slide that down there like that. Push it all the way down. Now, if you don't have a can opener that will open your can from the top and smooth edges, you might want to take some sandpaper and go over it so that you don't cut yourself or anything. But my can opener cuts things off smoothly so that it won't cut anybody. Okay. Now we're going to put the ribbon on. Now I am probably going to do this ribbon twice since I couldn't paint the can. And this ribbon is really kind of burlap see-through. Just making sure I get that on straight. And I'm not really going to put hot glue on every little space because I don't want to show through the ribbon. I think I'm going to make one more pass with it just because it is a little show-throughy. Looking for where I started double lapping it, and that's where we're going to stop with it. The glue stick. Okay. So the part that we have double lapped and I cut off will be the top of our can. And we're going to be making 3D ornament today. If I didn't say, that's what we're doing. I had another little idea I wanted to do, and couldn't get it quite worked out, so I switched gears. But you will probably see it next Thursday. Okay. So this is going to be the top part of our can. Now, before we go any farther, I'm going to take my crocodile. I'm going to use my largest setting. And I'm going to go in here and punch a hole in here in the can. Now, I love this crocodile. It works awesome. It'll punch right through these little cans, tuna cans, or the little chicken cans or whatever. It's a little tough, but I have no problem getting it to go through there. Okay, so that's the top of our can. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some ribbon through there to make our enclosure. And you want to do this first because you don't want to, you want to not cover up your hole, and we're going to be covering up most of our hole. So I'm just trying to see how long I want this to be. Probably cut this too long, but that's okay. We can trim it off. Okay, we're going to stick this in the hole. Wow. There we go. Now, and then we just determine how long we want our little ornament hanger to be. That's good right there. And we're just going to tie a knot in the bottom of it. Make sure that won't go through. That goes through, so I'm going to have to tie another little one just to make it a little bit thicker. My last ribbon was a little bit thicker than this, so it didn't go quite through. There we go. Now, put this back through the hole because I let it slip out. There we go. And then we're just going to cut this off at the bottom. Well, that didn't work too good. I cut it off too short. See, this never happens when I do it off camera. I'm just going to tie a little knot at the bottom like this. And slip it back through like this. With the handle already cut. Well, alright. Just had to make that knot just a little bit thicker there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is start working on our can on the inside. So I got some polyfill stuff here. And since this is snow paper, kind of wanted to make a snow theme. I'm just going to put some of that in here like that. That might be a little bit much. So at this point, you want to make sure that your can's in the right direction so that you don't glue your snow upside down. Or whatever you put in here upside down. There we go. Now I have a little tree I thought about putting in here toward the back like that. And then since we have snow, we got to have a little snowman. And these are plastic. They're not ceramic. Put that in there like so. And just like, let's just see how much we can put in here. First, I'm going to get my little tree glued in there, and I'm just going to hot glue the bottom of it. And I'm pretty sure this, I don't know if this little tree came from Dollar Tree or not, but it's most likely it did. Ouch. Hot glue. Put that back in there. Okay. So we have that. And I think I'm going to put the little sleigh of presents right there by the tree. And then the little snowman up front. I don't know if we're going to put the little boy in there or not. I don't think we are. We're going to leave him out. And then we're going to put our little snowman down here on the front. cute. And then we're going to put some fun fur around the edges of it. I thought this would be fun to glue some on the inside and the outside. Or maybe just the outside. I think we'll just do the outside. And I am not going to use hot glue for that. I am going to use Fabri-Tac. Because I have to say, my Fabri-Tac on my prototype worked really well. And I'm just going to go around the edge of the can. And start that. Oh, I apologize, y'all, if I'm out of frame. Okay. Isn't that cute? I think it's so cute. So let's fix the back of it up. Whoops, I need to fix my little snowman. I think I'm going to have to split the little polyfill out a little bit so it actually sticks to the bottom of the can. Okay, so now we're going to turn it over. And where's our other circle? And this circle is going to go on the back, just so you have a nice finish on the back. And then I'm going to glue the fun fur around the back of it as well. Just so we can cover up any loose edges or whatever. Like I said, if I'd had spray paint, I probably would have spray painted these cans first. Or if I'd had gesso. But I had neither one, so... Okay, now we're just going to glue the fun fur around the edges on the back. All I'm doing is just putting it in the seam right there where the paper is meeting the the ribbon. Pull a little bit more of this out. Actually, I can probably get that off right there. So we just make us a fun little ornament. Now, if you did this with glue, this would be really fun to do with kids too. You could use all kinds of little things to put in there, decorative paper, you know, make little scenes out of stuff. You know, the Dollar Tree has a lot of stuff like the little miniatures and stuff. And I'm sure it'll be coming out pretty soon here because, you know, they always do that at Christmas time. I mean, it's July, so. Anyway, okay, there is our little ornament. Isn't that cute? And then the back is done up. Let me show you my prototype that I did. So this is my prototype one here. And all of the stuff that I used besides my can was obtained from the Dollar Tree. I used the little stems that you got. I think I've had these a couple of years. And then, of course, I used one of the little cardinals from the Dollar Tree. And then I just used some paper. I used most of this paper right here for the two little circles for the background. And that. And then I used some Merry Christmas paper, which you don't really see that much in this one. And then some red twine that I had, some sparkly twine. So that's my prototype, and this is the one that we just did together. Aren't they cute? I think they came out really cute. So the possibilities are endless with these. But I will have, hopefully, another project next week using my cans up.